I came back home for Dad's 40th birthday after 6 long years of being gone. Waiting for me in the living room was a piñata, with my face taped to it like some kind of joke. Birthday tradition. Beating the family disappointment, Dad bellowed, grinning like he'd just invented comedy. One by one, the relatives lined up with the bat. "This is for breathing our air," my brother Tyler yelled as he took a swing. Even my 8-year-old cousin stepped up, giggling. "Mommy says you're garbage." I just stood there, recording every second, smiling like it didn't touch me. "Make sure everyone gets a turn," I told them. 2 weeks later, my payback hit them harder than any bat ever could. Now they're the ones begging. "You can't do this, we're family. You think showing up now fixes anything, Alex?" Tyler sneered. Dad's voice thundered through the room like a slammed door. "I didn't come back to fix anything," I told him. "I came to see if you still remembered my face." Mom leaned forward across the kitchen table, her lips curling in that smug way I remembered. "Oh, we remembered. That's why we put your face on the piñata." Tyler and his wife laughed from the corner, replaying their favorite lines from the party. "This is for breathing our air," he'd shouted 2 weeks ago, while my cousin chimed in with her garbage line. Now those same people couldn't sit still. Chairs creaked, knees bounced. They could feel it. I wasn't here to play along anymore. "My name's Evan Brooks. I'm 26. I walked out of that house at 20. Not because I wanted to, but because staying meant suffocating under the role of family scapegoat they'd written for me. 6 years gone. 6 years of being their favorite punchline instead of someone they could be proud of. I'm not even mad anymore. Not really. What I am now is sharper, finished. Here's the lineup. Dad, 62, retired early after selling the auto shop. Didn't bother to mention I'd been cut out of the family business. Mom, 58, queen of playing the martyr while clinging to every grudge like a life raft. Tyler, 34, my brother, the golden child, who inherited the shop after signing my name on a bank loan I didn't know existed. Uncle Frank, 55, yelled the loudest at the piñata, still owes me money from years ago. Never paid a dime. "You could have called," Dad said, his voice almost casual. "You could have not forged my name on a loan that wrecked my credit." I shot back. Tyler leaned in. "We kept the shop alive because of that loan." "No," I told him. "You kept your shop alive. I just paid for it." Silence spread across the room like a heavy fog. Mom broke it. "Family makes sacrifices, Alex." I laughed once. "Funny. I've never seen a single one of you sacrifice anything for me." The air tightened. Not just from tension, it was like the whole room was choosing sides. Tyler's jaw clenched until I thought his teeth might crack. His wife stared at the floor, like looking me in the eye might infect her with my anger. "You left, Alex. You don't get to lecture us about loyalty." He said it with that cocky tone, but his eyes kept flicking toward Dad, fishing for backup. I leaned forward just enough to make my words land hard. "I didn't leave, Tyler. You shoved me out. Loyalty isn't about living under the same roof. It's about not burning down the people you claim to love." The kitchen clock ticked in the silence that followed. A memory rose whether I wanted it or not, my 19th birthday. Rain soaked my jacket until it felt like ice against my skin. I stood outside the shop, hands pressed to the locked glass door. Inside, Dad was smiling, the kind of smile I'd been chasing for years. Tyler held the keys to my dream in his hand. They jingled together like coins, sharp enough to cut through the glass and straight into my chest. They saw me. They turned away. I walked home with wet shoes and a hollow chest, telling myself maybe my turn would come. It never did. Back in the kitchen, I leaned back. The memory still burned in my ribs. "Do you want to know why I came back?" They all went still, the kind of stillness that happens right before a trap snaps shut. 2 weeks ago, after your little piñata stunt, I filed a report. Tyler's smirk cracked. "What report?" "The forged loan papers. The bank has them now. They're investigating." Tyler blinked fast, like the words were bees swarming his head. "Alex, you don't understand." "No," I cut in. "You don't understand. You didn't just ruin my credit. You buried my future to save your shop. And now the dirt's coming off the grave. Dad's voice broke in a way I'd never heard. This will ruin us. It already ruined me, I said. This just makes it official. Mom shot to her feet so fast her chair screeched. You're destroying your own family, she yelled, finger trembling at me. No, I told her, calm as if I'd been rehearsing for years. I'm ending the tradition of destroying me. Tyler slammed his fist on the table, rattling the mugs. His wife jumped. You think you're some hero? Heroes save people. I'm saving myself, I said. Dad kept staring at the table, silent, and that silence was louder than any defense he could have given. Uncle Frank muttered about needing a smoke, eyes darting like he was looking for the nearest escape. He slipped out, the door clicking shut. The sound felt like a chapter ending. When the shouting finally burned itself out, only Dad and I remained. His hands were locked together so tightly his knuckles were white. When he spoke, his voice wasn't sharp anymore. It was tired. I should have protected you. The words hit like a stone sinking deep into water. Heavy, rippling through everything I thought I knew. It wasn't quite an apology, but it was the first crack in the wall he'd built between us. I stood up. I'm not here for apologies, Dad. I'm here to stop pretending this is a family worth bleeding for. I walked out. The cold air slapped my face clean. And for the first time in my life, I wasn't running away. I was walking towards something. The next few weeks blurred past. Lawyers leaving messages. Relatives trying guilt, pity, and rage like they were changing costumes. I didn't block them. I didn't argue. I just didn't answer. I picked up more shifts. Fixed the dent in my old truck. Painted my apartment walls a color I actually liked. For once, my life didn't feel like a borrowed space. Some nights I'd think about Dad's words. Maybe he'd finally seen the truth. Maybe not. I learned something. Forgiveness isn't a gift you give the one who hurt you. It's a door you unlock so you can walk out and never look back. If they change, they know where to find me. If they don't, I still have my peace, and they can't take it from me this time. If you were me, would you have done the same? Or would you have walked away and let them keep their secrets? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every one. If you've ever faced betrayal from your own blood, your story matters here. Subscribe for more real-life stories that cut deep. And if you're still carrying the weight of someone else's mistakes, maybe today's the day you set it down.